Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. Let me begin by saying thank you so much to all of you for your very warm birthday wishes for myself and my mother yesterday. We greatly appreciate it. We love you guys too. I wanted to talk to you about this 15-minute city that I found. Mind-blowing. But we're not going to stop there. We're going to talk about how illegal aliens are flying across our country for free to get plastic surgery. And we're going to talk about a hurricane that's heading right for Hawaii right now. This video is even going to talk about prophecies, your dogs, and the end times. So hello everybody, my name is Samantha. I am the owner and operator of a 2-acre farmstead located here in Southeast Louisiana. I do this lifestyle with my husband, Steven. We've been doing this now for 3.5 years. We love it. Can I tell you, the more food that we raise and grow for ourselves here on our land, the healthier we feel and the more determined I am to regain some of the lost knowledge from generations past and us. It's amazing to me how we have all this technology, yet people are completely unable to heal themselves or to feed themselves, right? Of all the knowledge for us to have lost, that is the most detrimental. First, let's start with this very disturbing story I found from United Airlines. It looks like this gentleman flew into Miami, Florida to get hair. You heard me right. Look at it. Look at this. You see the thing on the back? His bandages are coming off and he's actively bleeding. Well, the stewardess were like, hey, you're literally like, this is bad. You know, could you clean up, get some of the blood off of you, maybe put some dry bandages on, and we'll let you go to Las Vegas. And he's like, no, I don't have any more bandages. Well, his wife decided to make the comment, if we can't fly, nobody's flying, while wearing a hospital gown. You heard me right. Looks like both of them decided to come on down to Miami from Las Vegas on a free flight on American tax dollars and get some plastic surgery. Funny thing is, they both ended up getting to stay in the Miami, I think it's the Miami Police Department for a couple of days because they acted up so badly at the airport. You know, you can't do that anymore, folks. You're going to get arrested. But I just thought that was such an odd thing. And I just wanted to share with you guys how really crazy the world is and how really these people that are invading our country really don't need to be here. I mean, like, if you're running from war or famine or poverty, I wouldn't think that you would come into another country, get on airplanes, fly to another city for, you know, something as expensive and that insurance does not pay for as plastic surgery. I'm just saying, folks. Just saying. Now, this story really got me. This is Morwade, or Morweed, depending on who you ask to pronounce it. Watch this clip from the World Economic Forum to you. Okay, so I have to make this point. So many of us were called conspiracy theorists. We were told we were lying. We were told that we were sowing misinformation when we said the World Economic Forum wants you all to own nothing and like it. They want everybody in 15-minute cities, stuck in your little area, unable to get out of your pre-planned and approved neighborhood unless you're going to use, you know, community transportation. I don't mind green spaces, right? I mean, obviously, right, folks? Look where I live. I don't mind green spaces. In fact, I wish all of us lived like this. Chicken sounds in the background, the sun shining in your face, an oak tree that you call Mother Oak. I wish you all had that. So green spaces isn't the problem for me. It is the fact that there is an unelected group of people in this world that believe that they have a right to basically tell us that we must live in stacked housing. Now, let's start with that. Let's start with the housing. They have everything you could want. They have the expensive housing for the rich, and then they have social rent housing. In other words, we're going to help you pay your rent, right? People on welfare. They're going to mix all this up together. They're going to put 12,000 people into like 18 city blocks. And they've been doing this now for 3 years, since 2021, with a projected end date to start moving people in 2024. That's their goal. Supposedly, everybody's housing units will face into the several football field size main park. Do I like the idea? Yes. Do I see where this might be a problem? Yes. You're talking the Netherlands. What are you going to do with elderly or sick or people with children and they need to get on public transit or sign up to borrow a vehicle versus being able to say, I need to go to the doctor now today. I'm just going to get in my car and drive. Now, Europe, of course, and a lot of places, say in like South America, could pull this off. But guys, in America, this is never really going to work. Let me tell you why. Because of the fact that our cities are very sprawling. A lot of people have a lot of land to live on. When I hear people from other countries and they're like, oh, wow, I'd love to have 2 acres, Sam. They're living and growing food and raising chickens on 1/8 of an acre. House, garden, chickens. The entire thing is so well thought out. Where we just sprawl here in America. It's just how we are. Our cities are not set up for 15-minute little areas. Now, we have had those built mainly due to crime. So you go to places like Houston or even Baton Rouge, Louisiana, you can go in there and you can see gated communities. That inside of that gated community is a school. They have their own fire department. They have doctor's offices, nail salons, all behind big walls with guarded gates. It usually works well for the rich. I've said this before. Some people get mad at me for saying it, but I'm going to say it again. Guys, you can't take people out of poverty, put them in mansions, and expect them to live any different than they lived when they were in poverty. They're going to bust the windows out. They're going to tear the house up because they have a spirit of poverty on them. That is something that is a spiritual battle that has to be broken off of them. Takes time, folks. It definitely takes time.
Know which track is going to go by. So by 91E, Invest 91E, you can see all of them are showing this is going straight for Hawaii. And when you look at the intensity, showing confirming it will be a strong tropical storm to more likely a strengthening hurricane headed towards Hawaii literally in 3 to 5 days. Latest track guidance, of course, looking at the Euro, showing it will go a little further to the west and it won't be too many impacts. Now, when you go by GFS, GFS did showed it a little bit closer, kind of looping around the islands. When you go by the latest update, the 60 that just come out, it has agreed that this is going to be a strengthening storm and headed straight for Hawaii. Definitely show that it will get to a hurricane status, but it won't stay it. Usually when these storms come towards Hawaii, they weaken down as it goes, but still, this would be a direct impact. The hurricane models, they show a hurricane forming up and headed straight into that direction. And north and east would be a lot of the intensity as it passes by. Also trending with the other hurricane analysis forecast system model. Straight for Hawaii as a hurricane. Now,
saw this clip. I had to share it with you guys because he's talking about a prediction made several hundred years ago by Argentina's Nicodemus, basically their prophet from old. But he's going to talk about how Argentina is going to develop a white dog that's going to protect people in the end times. The reason this resonated so well with me was that here in the last year and a half, we purchased a Dogo Argentina, Samson. This is a dog that is only 100 years old, the breed, and it was developed, designed, bred into existence in Argentina for nothing less than protection. It is a hunting dog bred to kill cougars and wild hogs. Amazing dog, but watch this clip about end times and your pets.
During times of crisis, it will bring the serenity needed to navigate life's storms. Fifth prophecy, Paravicini's prophecy. The great white dog will guard the entrance to the new era. Analysis. Benjamin Solari Paravicini, the Argentine Nostradamus, envisioned a great white dog as the guardian of the transition to a new era. The color white symbolizes purity, and the number 2, associated with duality and transition, highlights the role of the dog as protector during significant changes. What to do? If you encounter a white dog in your life, consider it a sign that you are on the right path towards a new spiritual phase. Embrace the change with confidence.
Now, this last clip I'm going to show you guys comes from Hawaii. I think it's very important that I show this to you because this was first eyewitnesses just a few weeks after the terrible wildfires that basically murdered hundreds of people. In this video, he's going to talk to you about how people were just disintegrated in their cars because they could not get out in time on First Street. Do any of you remember anybody saying anything about bodies in cars on First Street? As far as the government told us, nobody died in those cars. Well, I'm sorry, because this first eyewitness says something different. Watch this.
And a lot of people lost everything.
The morning, it was just so windy. I was in the apartment with my family, my mom, my little boy, and my brother. And then we hear all the neighbors, they was leaving already. So I turned to the left and I see the apartment complex in the corner of my street already starting burning. So, but that time I just told my mom, just grab anything. Right now, we gotta go right now. We gotta go, we don't have a choice.
I took my dog, my 2 dogs and my bigger dog. I was just calling him all the time because he couldn't see me and I couldn't see him. I said, man, please don't run. 10 minutes, that's all it took. It was so smoky already that I couldn't even see the way out. By the time I got to the highway, everything was stopped. So the only chance I had was to go down towards Front Street.
So we go back and we ended in the Front Street.
A local guy started screaming, get off the cars or you're gonna die.
Ya no pude salir de la jaina, güey. Estamos aquí, mira, en la orilla de la playa porque no hay otra, era.
I jumped from the wall to the rocks and I turned around and I still remember telling the lady that was behind me, get out because the fire is right behind you. And she did get out. She did get out of her car and follow me.
I grabbed my son, my 4 years old, I carry him, and then my mom, me and my brother, we jump, we go to the rocks underneath in the water.
Sergio, I tell him, hey dude, don't go in the water, bro. Don't go.
If I go to the water with my baby in my arms, it was gonna be like almost impossible to make it. So I think our decision to stay on the rocks saved us too. The buildings start collapsing, cars start exploding.
I saw when the whole thing really just ate everybody that didn't come out of the cars in time on Front Street.
There you have it, folks. He saw it when it ate everybody that did not get out of their cars. So yes, there were people still in their vehicles that died. And to all of you that helped us raise money for the fire victims, you're amazing. I'm going to do the breakdown video probably tomorrow or the next day. I still have to get everything together. I've been working on the book with Leslie. We now have over 180 people getting our bi-monthly newsletter. Just let you guys know, the September 1st newsletter will not come out this edition because we are working on finishing the book and getting it to the publisher. Super excited. Another wonderful, amazing bit of news. My husband got a job today, literally making twice what he was making. Come on, Jesus. We went from jobless on Monday to hired on Wednesday, starting work on Thursday, making twice as much as he was. God is so good. You guys, he's got a plan and he's got a purpose for you. Don't give up, folks. If he can do it for us, he can do it for you. We love you guys. Hit the like, the comment, the subscribe. So much going on here on this platform. Please come be part of it with us. We're going to change the world one person at a time. Love you guys. Good night.